Hey there, everybody! Welcome to our first video discussion on The Boys Season 3, which, thank goodness we already know what's happening. Like, we don't have to come out of this finale just being like, come on, Amazon! They've already given you that. They haven't given you everything you wanted this time. I know they made you wait a long time for some of these episodes, but...
Yes, they did, and I know we might be on an island
Yeah.
here with this, but we were kind of glad to not just have them all drop at once, because they did the first season, and then they were gone like that, in like a day. Gone. So it was kind of nice to actually have them make me wait for them, because they were certainly worth the wait. This was a great season.
Yeah, and a really, really good finale. We have a video discussion on that, so we'll link that in the description if you want to check that out, because here... we're going to tell you some of what we know about Season 3, ask a couple of big questions that are very much on our mind, and before we get into it, if you guys enjoy this discussion, subscribe to the channel for more and give us a like, support us further as well. Check those links to the store as well as our Patreon.
Okay, so we will start out with what we said. There is a season
Yes.
3. It is coming, but with everything that's going on in the world, there's going to be a little bit of a wait.
Yeah, there's union sites up in Canada, and, you know, this information is all subject to change, but
Yep.
some of the indications I've seen suggest it's gonna be, you know, next year before production starts. It could be as late as February. Things could shift around a little bit, so keep that in mind. I presumably the show's gonna probably film until late summerish, and with that in mind, I can't see it coming back until at the earliest, like maybe around late fall of next year, if not later. But it's so hard to speculate on this stuff because you never know how quick things can turn around. It's all up to Amazon in the end when they want to put it out there.
Yeah, it's also up to what is going on with the health crisis right now. You know, sometimes things seem to be getting better, sometimes they're not. We just don't know. Some things, other shows have gotten back to filming. Things up in Toronto, they're okay right now.
But who knows, you know, what they'll
You
be in a
don't know.
week. That's sort of the hard thing about where we are right now as a
Yeah.
society.
Yeah.
But the biggest news about Season 3 that is out there right now, and this is what I am personally the most excited about, is, I mean, we found out a little bit about Stormfront pretty early on in Season 2, but, you know, this Jensen Ackles is going to be on Season 3. His role is that of Soldier Boy, who is really going to be, he's one of the sort of the first, like, big celebrity soups. He has originations that go back decades. We don't know how he will be presented, when he will be presented, but it's Jensen reuniting, there we go,
Yeah.
with Eric Kripke, creator of Supernatural and also this show.
And there are so many of us Supernatural fans out there that are just like beyond excited that he's going to be on the show. I've seen people talking about this all over social media.
Yeah.
People that weren't even interested in this show that have been sending us messages like, and now I'm going to be watching. So it's nice that he's going to be coming on the show and he's going to be bringing that audience along with them. I think it's a nice balance with these two shows anyways. If you like Supernatural, you're going to like this.
Kripke's just so good at, like, taking actors from his other stuff, because it's like we've seen Jim Beaver already on
Yep.
The Boys, and we've gotten like a few timeless people, one of
Yes.
which is no longer with us
Yeah.
because of a certain head explosion. But another certain timeless person, though, just happens to be Claudia, who's playing on this show Victoria, who
Yep.
I think it's pretty fair to say she's going to be a significant part of this upcoming season now.
Oh, for sure she is. And with Huey working with her, I mean, we know that the boys will come back into this. He's going to end up stumbling into all kinds of trouble with this.
It's an inevitability that eventually it's going to be brought up again, because I think the thing is right now everybody has been so preoccupied with Stormfront and Homelander and everything going on with that I don't think anyone's been able to take a step back and been like, you know what? We really didn't resolve what happened in the courthouse at all. Like, we actually don't have any sort of answer to this. Like, what gives?
Yeah, we don't have a complete answer. We do have some theories, and we talked about that in our review, which we will link for you below, of sort of what we think Victoria's plan is or her part is and why she did what she did. So if you want to know more about that, for sure check that out.
One of the other parts of this I'm so curious about is whether or not Giancarlo is going to be a larger part of Season 3,
Yeah.
because We don't know when Better Call Saul is filming yet.
Nope.
And I feel like before things probably settled in with what's going on in the world, maybe Saul and maybe the boys had different filming timelines and he might have been able to balance both. I don't know how much he's going to be available now for the boys, so I felt like he was kind of stretched to the limit doing these past seasons of this show because we didn't see him for a while on season 2 of The Boys.
Yeah, and if Victoria is connected to Vought, which she probably is, it doesn't necessarily have to be with Edgar. I mean, if he's not available, he's not available. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
They can maybe have sort of his right-hand man or woman or whoever it's going to be and bring in a new character that way so that there is somebody that is working with Victoria, whether she's working for them, working with them, a mole for them, working, who knows?
The biggest other question that I'm really kind of left thinking about here is, where is Cindy in all of this? Because they set that up. They did not pay anything off with this character whatsoever.
No, and I think that they will. I don't think that she's sort of just left out into this world for no reason. Like, why was she introduced to us? It can't just be for that one episode where we saw everything happen at the trial and then we're just like, oh, it must be Cindy. And that is the whole purpose of her. She's out there and she's really powerful, and I do think we're going to see her come back.
There are a lot of soups in this world that I think season 3 needs to spend a little bit of time on. And for example, we still don't know how Black Noir is doing following that nut allergy disaster. I'm sure he's alive somewhere, but still, we didn't get an update on him.
Yeah, and what I'm looking forward to in season 3, because I feel like more of that is going to come in, because Stormfront really came in and the Seven fell apart. Like, it just got divided badly and people are getting kicked out, people are giving up. Like, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And now, at the end of this season finale, it seems like they're kind of coming back together. A-Train's back in. You know, Queen Maeve has all this sort of dirt on Homelander to kind of keep him in line, threatening his ability to be loved by people, which is keeping him in line. Starlight is back into the group. I'm sure Black Noir is okay. It would be cool to have another superhero or two come in. One of the things that I missed a lot this season was seeing the Seven balancing out how crappy of people they are against what everyone in the public thinks of them. And I would like to see a little more of that going forward in this sort of new era of superheroes.
I do hope that there is some sort of return to form with that. Like, I think this show is great when they're taking on that sort of commentary of celebrities, really, because that's what The Boys is. It's just sort of a spoof of celebrity culture, except that the celebrities here have powers and they can kill people in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
But that I want to see a lot more of that. I mean, of course, I want to see a lot more of certain aspects of The Boys. I think Mother's Milk as a character was really kind of ripped off in terms of stuff in season 2 overall.
Yeah, he didn't have enough to do, and he is a great character. I'm glad that they gave my guy Frenchie some more sort of backstory and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, Mother's Milk, it's time for him to have a story next season.
And for Huey, I know we're going to be spending a little bit of time with him working for Victoria, presumably, and that's exciting in its own right, but if he and Starlight are going to have like an actual sort of relationship, I want to kind of see how that really works, because she is a celebrity and he would be dating a celebrity. Like, is this something that becomes public? Like, how does Huey sort of deal with that kind of attention? How does she deal with that sort of like, there's a lot that can be explored there that they haven't really explored that much with too many relationships at all, other than maybe a little bit of Queen Maeve.
Yeah, Queen Maeve had a very little bit of that, but I mean, she's on her own now. I'm very curious what story she's going to have going forward, because her story's kind of just wrapped up of everything that was going on. I mean, I don't necessarily see that there's any sort of connection back with her girlfriend. It feels like that's pretty over at that point. The thing that I am really hoping they get a little more into going into season 3 are some of the more like D-list superheroes. I really liked that idea of A-Train dating Popclaw in that first season, because it did sort of show that there is a divide in sort of who's in the Seven, who's the the A team, and then who is a D-list superhero and why it's even like that.
Yeah, I hope we do get a little bit more of that. Like, it sounds like they're in the works on some sort of spin-off that may have, like, early versions of superheroes or something like that. That's also, like, out there right now. Who knows what that's going to look like or if it's going to happen. But yeah. I think with this show, we need to see more of people striving to be in the Seven. Like, here's what I actually would want to see. And we kind of got maybe, like, a tiny bit of this in the premiere. Can we have some, like, auditions to be, like, a member of the Seven? This show loves to spoof stuff.
Yeah.
America's Next Top 7 hero. Like, put them in a reality show. Get Homelander to host it. Like, how terrible / amazing would that be?
Oh, that would be great. And that would be good commentary on what is going on in the world. And I would also I want to see some other sort of powers. I want to see sort of what it's like to be more of a D-list celebrity, see if there is sort of a group of them that all get together that are like, all right, if we can't be superheroes, let's go be super vigilantes, like, having the Seven sort of have to deal with someone like, what if like a Batman type person shows up on the scene and becomes more popular than the Seven? How do you deal with stuff like that? I think the thing about the show is that it's really open to a lot of stuff.
Why are we only having 8 episodes a season? Like, come on, guys. It's like, I know there's only so much they can give us, but as we're articulating, there's a lot of stuff in this world that they can explore, and I'm excited to see so much of it. I'm going to miss this show because we're probably not going to have it for at least a year.
Yeah, it's going to be a while.
But as we sort of wrap this up, of course, we want to know from you guys, what do you want to see on The Boys Season 3? Let us know in the comments, and if you do enjoy this video, subscribe. Give us a like, support us further by checking those links to the store or Patreon, and we'll see you here next time.